Alright guys, welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial, and in today's tutorial I'll be revisiting the 2x2 secret piston door, and instead of hooking up levers to it, I'll be hooking up buttons, and this allows you to do some pretty cool things because with the levers it creates a always on circuit, and once you're inside your secret base, no one from the outside can get in, or if you leave your base you can't get in without destroying blocks. However, with buttons, this makes it a lot easier because you can open it and close it, but when it's closed, and say someone else or you come around your base again, all you have to do is hit the button again and it'll open. Everything will be reset and you're all ready to go. Alright guys, well let's take a look at how to build this. Okay, so I'm sure some of you already have a 2x2 secret piston door already built. And if you just want to do the new button modification, go ahead and skip to the time on screen or click the link and it'll take you right to that step. Okay, and for those of you who are sticking around, well, let's build a 2x2 secret piston door. Alright, the first thing that you're going to want to keep in mind is that the two iron blocks right here are going to represent your doorway. And they'll represent that in every step of this tutorial. And the second thing you want to keep in mind is this is where you can choose what block you want your wall to be. In this case it is going to be stone brick, but you can choose pretty much any block you want. I suggest not doing glass because that kind of defeats the purpose. Okay, so this is what your wall will look like when your door is closed, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so you want a 2x2 area that you can walk through. And on the inside, this is where we can get to laying down some sticky pistons, kind of diagonal to the doorway that you just made. Go ahead and place 4 sticky pistons in a square like so, and do that on each side. Alright, so that should do it for this step. On the second step, what we're going to want to do is just place another square of sticky pistons, but this time in the middle of your door and 1 block back from the iron blocks. Alright, looking good, looking good. Okay, now on this step, you can go ahead and fill in the blocks in front of the sticky pistons that you placed in the last step. Same blocks as your wall to give it that more hidden appeal. And now, what we can do, from the first step, the sticky pistons that we placed on the side, go ahead and make a shape of the iron blocks like so. So you fill in the backs of the sticky pistons, and then you have an extra block on the outside like this. And go ahead and do this on each side. So now you should have something looking a little like this. Alright. Okay, and now let's put a little redstone on there. Okay, so to face the repeaters the right direction, you're going to want to look at the blocks you just placed. They don't have to be iron, they can be any block that can hold a redstone signal. So you're going to want to look at your blocks, place your repeater down, and then put it on the last delay. And you're going to want to put that on all 3 blocks on the bottom. Now go ahead and connect all these repeaters with redstone like this. And you're also going to want to run redstone on top of the blocks like so. You are going to want to do the same thing on this side, but keep in mind you want to keep facing the repeaters towards the blocks. So the repeaters will be facing each other. And make sure you put the redstone up on top like this and connect these repeaters as well. Alright. Now, for this step, what we want to do is on the right side. Now this could be on either side, but for tutorial purposes and following along, I suggest following how I'm doing this. Otherwise you just have to mirror it on the other side, which isn't too hard, but so let's take a look at this. Alright, so what I did in this step is on this side, I just placed a repeater diagonal from the third repeater, as you can see like this, and just connected it with a line of redstone. I put it facing a block like this and made a little bit of a staircase up top like so. And you can see these 2 blocks right here. I just kind of built out a platform above it. And I staircased redstone on top like this and made sort of a backwards C shape, as you can see like that. Now you should see that this redstone is directly above these two pistons right here. Okay? And now this will power these 4 pistons right there. And keep in mind, this repeater is on no delay. That is pretty important. Alright, well, the redstone's looking good so far. Now in this step, what we're trying to do is we want to connect this side of repeaters to this side of repeaters. So all I did was staircase down redstone, and I went down here and went over and back up top like this. Now keep in mind, this repeater is facing towards that way because we will be creating, in the next step, we'll be creating the device to work the buttons on this side. So the signal will go down this redstone and will be carried along this way towards that way. So just make sure that all your repeaters are running in the right direction with your redstone. Okay, so now that both sides are hooked up, what we can do is we can start the mechanism that will work the buttons. Okay, so for this step, now this is that same staircase that we had underneath. Okay, so you're just going to want to build out 2 redstone blocks and then dig down 1 block and place a redstone torch right there. And go ahead and put a regular, this piston and this piston are both regular pistons. And then you're just going to want to create a shape like this. And don't worry, these 2 blocks right here are supposed to move back and forth. This is part of the switch that will help work our button mechanism. And now these 3 blocks on top will have a torch on each end, redstone on top, and then you're going to want to build like a little miniature T shape on the outside like this, and then you're going to want to put a redstone torch on top like that. And then a block, you don't need this block, but you can have it there. It doesn't affect anything. But what you do need this block and redstone running into it like that. And then just go ahead and make a little redstone trail down to the ground as such. Okay, and now keep in mind, this is a very spread out version of what you could make this design. Say you could make this whole mechanism on top of it like that or something like that. But that's for you guys to mess around with. This works very, very well as it is. But it takes up quite a bit of room, so just keep that in mind. Alright guys, well, we are now on the last step. Now all you need to do is put a button on each side. So we have a button there, and we have redstone connecting it to this end. And we also have a button on this side as well. And keep in mind that the redstone is staircased up like this, and it runs this way. And also keep in mind that the repeaters are pointing towards this little contraption right here. So this repeater will be pointing towards this, like so. Okay guys, so now that we are pretty much done, go ahead and hit your button and your wall should push out. Go ahead and hit it again and it should retract just like so. Alright guys, well great, and now let's test this button. And the door closes like that and opens. Alright, awesome. Now keep in mind, if you have any problems with your design, make sure that your repeaters are in the right direction and that your redstone signal is reaching your repeaters, because if these buttons are really, really far away, you're going to have more repeaters in your redstone line. Keep in mind that redstone only travels 15 blocks. So on the 15th block, you're going to have to put a repeater to extend the signal out another 15 blocks and so on like that. Alright guys, well, I hope this has helped you, and keep in mind that you can replace these buttons with, say, pressure plates or anything of the sort. And alright guys, well, I hope this helped, and I'll see you later.